All right, fellas, we're in. It really is just like Star Stable is too powerful. Are you hearing me? Am I making sounds? Heck yeah. Okay, cool. Hi everybody. So, full disclosure, this is like the least well thought out April Fool's prank ever. Like this is literally just I've been really squashed by grad school and I was like I want an excuse to play the horse game that I love but also talk to my people. So I was like, haha, I'll pretend to be a gaming channel and no one will fall for it, but I'll get to play horse game. So, if anyone isn't familiar with Star Stable Online, the only MMO that matters, it is a game where you have a horse and you ride the horse, and also you fight Cthulhu. Like, I'm not kidding. This game knows its audience. This game is like, geared toward young horse girls, horse people, but presumably horse girls because you can only be a female character. And the plot line is intense. There are wild quests. There's like drama and secret babies and dead people and like demons and possession. And it's just all this high octane. It's very like Warrior Cats. It's this high octane drama that is for kids cuz kids love that stuff. And it is super fun. Um And it's one of those MMOs where you don't really have to be good at the game and you don't really have to talk to anyone, which is why I like it, because I don't play most online games because I feel like I have to be good at them and I feel like I have to, make friends with strangers to play them. And neither of those things are things I want to do. With Star Stable, I can just ignore people and just go and do my own thing. It's basically a single player game with other people also playing with you. Oh, that's Oliver. He's meowing. He's having. I'm talking to people that aren't him, and he hates it. Honestly, Lucky, it's a fun game. You can play up to level 5 for free. You can't go outside of a certain starting area if you have a free account, but it's a fairly large area, and the lifetime membership, I believe, is about 70 or 80 US dollars, and that gives you lifetime membership and also an allowance of the special currency once a week for life, uh, which is a pretty good deal, I think. Anyway, this is a game where you can fast travel, and I could fast travel if I wanted, but I don't because I like to ride around on my horse. Right now we are leaving my home stable. My home stable is in the middle of nowhere in Redwood Point, which is like the furthest from the starting area you can get. The starting area is where the Equestrian Festival is happening. The Equestrian Festival is what it sounds like. It's a horse festival, and it's new, and I've never been in the game for one yet, so I'm very excited to check it out. Also, yeah, the scenery is very pretty. It's, they have been updating it a lot. This game is like 12, 13 years old now. Uh, and it used to look a lot different. It's a fairly small team. I think it's run out of Scandinavia. And they've been doing a lot of cosmetic updates that look really good. Also, in winter, there is a snow filter, and the snow covers the entire map, and the snow reacts to you walking in it. Like, if you run your horse through the snow, you leave a trail. And NPCs also leave a trail in the snow. It's surprisingly detailed. The horse hooves also make different sounds depending on what you're running on. They basically were like, we have a limited budget. We're gonna put the budget into the things that horse people will care about. It's pretty impressive for what it is. They also just recently added gardening and crafting and like a whole new druid magic system. So they're oh, and this is the Equestrian Festival, but I believe the next event is their Pride event. They have a Pride event. You go to like the Rainbow Cloud City. You can buy Pride flag ribbons for your horse. It's there are canon non-binary characters. One of the main characters is a lesbian. You meet her girlfriend. So it's a very like I can't speak for the player base because a lot of the player base is young. Be careful looking in the chat because the player base is not always as well behaved as the actual game is, but the actual game is very inclusive and well made, I think. Like, it's a bad game that I love. It's like Skyrim. There's a lot of glitches, there's a lot of issues, but they're charming rather than getting in the way of playing the game, if that makes sense. And yeah, horsey. Obviously you do get a free starter horse, and then the other horses cost premium currency. Um, they go on sale regularly. There are some on sale right now for the Equestrian Festival. They regularly have like double coin weekends where you can pay the same amount and get double the coins. And like I said, if you get the lifetime membership, you get 100 for free every week. And horses usually cost around 800 or 900, so in 2 months you have enough to buy a horse. So if you're conservative with your spending, it's not, you know, it's not super money heavy. And obviously it's not play to win, because you can't really win this game. Like, winning this game is just you have a horse you think is cute. Oh, that's right. I should introduce you to my horse while we're here. I have many, but this is the one I'm leveling right now. This is Coffee Machine. Coffee Machine is an Ardennes. They are stocky little workhorses. It's one of those games where you have to name everything from a drop-down, so, you know, kids can't put in inappropriate stuff. And you may be asking, okay, so if that's the case, why is your name Gun? How did you get the name Gun? I think because this game is based out of Scandinavia, Gun is an appropriate name over there. They have a lot of name options from a lot of different cultures. And I'm pretty sure that this one is just funny to English speakers, but is normal in the European part of the world. You would find a way, Fallen Angel. I mean, you can. There are races, daily races all across the map that you can win, and you get a ribbon for doing it. But no matter what you do, you will get 200 of the in-game currency, not the paid currency, but just the regular coins for participating, even if you come in dead last. So that's an incentive to do those races. Even if you don't win, you get something, which is nice. This is where my home stable used to be. This is Steve's farm. This is where a lot of people put their home stable because it's very central and is pretty. It got a huge glow up a while ago, which was very funny because it changed a quest. It moved one of the NPCs, but it didn't move the trigger to talk to the NPC. So basically you would go into this place you needed to go to talk to the NPC, and then you could not get back out. You were just stuck. It was really funny. That's the kind of glitch that this game has. Just, you know. Oh wait, I've gone the wrong way again. I always get lost in the middle of Dale. I want to go this way toward the castle. Yes, you can move the home stable. I believe I don't think it costs all that much to do it. I can't actually remember how much because since I moved to Redwood Point, I haven't done it. Redwood Point is my beloved, and I will never change. This is the abandoned farm. There's a couple of those. The main plot line of this game has also a lot of conservation and like environmental messaging. So there's a big like evil corporation that is trying to buy out farms and install oil fields and like do all this bad stuff to the environment, and you're supposed to stop them. It's like it's very Fern Gully. Dude, yeah, it is super Fortnite. We're gonna Victory Royale. I'm gonna just get all I'll pull out my gun and shoot the other horses in a second. Just gotta get to where we dropping. Yeah, this is the area if you started playing like on a free account right now. This is the area you would be starting in. This is Moorland Farm. This is where the Moorland Farm race takes place. Actually, I'm gonna check the schedule and see what championship is up next. It's not what I wanted. Okay, so it just went. Cool. And I think they actually very recently added a whole new super special, like, this is your starting area. Yeah, okay, so over here, um, this, the riding camp, completely new. Completely new as of the last couple months. And this is now the new starting area. So it looks fantastic. And of course, I haven't really been over here because it didn't exist when I first started playing. But yeah, they definitely still are, you know, making changes and adding things in. And of course, they're always adding new horses and updating the horses. That's the important thing. Oh, another thing I thought was cute. There's a quest centering around spiders. There's a researcher who has a pet spider, and the pet spider has babies, and those babies kind of get thrown across the map, and you have to go find them. And at the start of that quest, you get a pop-up that says, this quest is gonna put spiders all over the map. You don't have to do this quest. Don't proceed if you don't want to. It's fully optional, obviously. So they're basically just like, we want to let you know what you're getting into with this. And of course, they're like super cute and cartoony, but it's very nice of them, I think, to let you know. Because some people, it doesn't matter if they're cute and cartoony, they don't want to see the spiders. Alright, so the Equestrian Festival is going to be right up here. Basically, every time there's an event, the main hub for it is going to be right up here above Moorland. This is basically the most central area. Now, I've already done the introductory quest that's like, walk around and look at everything so you know where things are. But I haven't done any of the, like, talk to people and get their quests, so I figured that's what we do today. But they have, like, special pets if you want them. They've got, I think up here, what is up here? Is racing. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, also really funny, sometimes in the older quests, you will get stuff that just says, like, there's no translation for this, because this game isn't originally in English. So you'll just get like an error string of no text found, and it's such a baby game, it doesn't matter, you're not gonna miss anything, you can figure out what they were saying. But it's still really funny. Oh, cool. So this is just reminding you how championships work. And championships are the races associated with all the different areas that you can go to. Alright, let's see what you want. This is Hugh. He runs a full rescue center out on the island. He's super cool. We'll see what he's doing. The other great thing is that... Okay, so he just wanted to tell us that that was the thing he was doing. Cool. The other great thing is most of the quests are very segmented, because it's a game for babies, so you get rewards very quickly, and also you can stop in the middle of quests and it's fine, you really lose very little progress. One. Ooh, outfits. I love admiring people's creativity, and Loretta enjoys judging people. Very true. This blonde girl, Loretta, rude. Yeah, see, she knows. Oh, so there's like a little... Yeah, I want to know what today's theme is. Today's theme is bad mood. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, this is a great excuse to show off all of my belongings. Oh, the other fun thing about this game is it's on tank controls, so you move forward and backwards by pressing forward and backwards, and you turn on the spot. So it takes some getting used to moving in this game. So let's see, bad mood. Well, I've got a skull t-shirt, so that feels like the obvious choice to build things around. Hmm. And a heart eye patch. Can't go wrong there. I love this person standing in me. Black leather pants feels correct. You can disable other players, so you just don't see them. But I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. You can also make it so that you don't see your rider, and you can just play like as a wild horse. That's like a whole setting, is become a wild horse, because they know what people want. There's a ton of people who play this game like just to roleplay as horses, and they are correct. I need a different hat. This hat is not a bad mood kind of hat. You know I have a black beanie some... There it is. Honestly, this outfit kind of slaps. I might keep this outfit on. Okay, I am. Let me show you my outfit. Ready. Loretta, judge me. Yeah, exactly! I hate it, but technically it's good. God, God, I love Loretta. It's terrifying. You did a great job. I like you better in pink, she says, like I've ever worn pink. Alright. Anything else over there? Oh, Silver Song Pony Championship. There's a specific race that is just for ponies, which is very cute. Coffee Machine is not a pony. I do have a pony, but I don't want to go all the way over and get him. Maybe one day. Umps. Let's see. Where else are there things for me to... Oh yeah, the other half of the Equestrian Festival is all the way over here in Jarlaheim, so why don't we go over there? I say, jumping too slow to get over. We can do some more cross-country running. I don't know what that is. But you know what? I believe you. Oh, also, this guy has been waiting patiently here for me to keep doing the main quest for like 2 months, and I've just been ignoring him. I'll come back to you eventually, dude. I don't care. That's the other thing. When you start playing, there is like 10, 12 years of quest built up for you to get through. So there's a lot to chew on. But yeah, we'll head over to Jarlaheim and I'll see what's going on over there, and then I guess we do what's over there. To get over there, you have to rebuild this bridge. Fun story, the reason this bridge is broken is not just because they were like, we need to gate the higher level areas from the players. I mean, that's why. But in universe, this bridge was broken during a race, and it was a big tragedy, and multiple people died. And there is a side quest that is not related to the plot at all, where you find the ghost of one of those people and reunite him with the ghost of his wife. And this is just a random side quest you can do in this game. It's incredible. That's what you're getting into. There's also, along the same vein, there is a quest completely not related to the main plot, completely optional to do, doesn't really get you much beyond experience, where there's this guy who fell into a witch swamp and it turned him, like, evil. Like, it zombified him, so now he's living in a bunker because he's slowly becoming, like, dangerous and he doesn't want to hurt his family. And you have to, like, figure out a way to cure him. And you, like, see how sad he and his family are. And it's like, someone on the dev team for this game really wanted the drama. And I'm here for it. Oh yeah, no, ghosts super exist. The main plot is you're fighting Cthulhu. Literally, you are part of a magical girl horse gang who is dedicated to making sure that Garnock, that's what they call Cthulhu, it's just Cthulhu, but in this universe it's Garnock, you are preventing this, like, evil magical force from coming through and taking over the world. Like, your stated mission is that. It's wild. There's also ghosts that you meet during the Halloween event, which is emceed by the Headless Horseman, obviously. And his whole backstory is a whole other thing. Like, you learn his backstory and how he got beheaded and, like, betrayed by his commander, and how his horse burned in a fire that was set when people were, like, coming to get him. And so, like, then his horse turned into this, like, immortal fire horse, and now they just roam around being angry. It's really cool, actually. I'm doing good. Yeah, no, it's dark. It's like I was saying, they know what girls like. I mean, I hesitate to say just girls this age, but I feel like it is a thing that girls this age want, like, the intense drama, and they want the, like, wild plots. And everything is still family friendly, obviously, but it's just, it's the high octane fantasy drama that people in that age range tend to like. Oh yeah, I know, Glowbarn. That is a problem. I don't like it either. Oh, and every now and again you get, like, a little moment with your horse that gives them XP, so, like, here it says he hasn't been eating as much lately. I'm gonna maybe call the vet. That's a problem. And all of these yellow exclamation points on the mini-map is where the quests are. So they're all gonna be down here at the riding center. Yes. Where all the other people are. Ooh, dressage. This is not a good horse for dressage, but okay. If I wanted to, I could go and get probably my. I actually don't know what would be a really good horse massage. Probably one of my Pasafinos. You stopped me and then gave me a penalty for not walking. Rude, frankly. Oh yeah, it's actually by a specific artist. Someone's asking about my profile picture. There's an artist called Kanedo. I believe I have their. Oop, not Cal. I believe I have their info in my about me. But yeah, it's very their art is very, like, mad kind of. Whoop, shit. Oop, sorry. Family friendly stream. Heck. Wants me to be prodding. This is the first time I've done dressage in this game, so bear with me. Personally, I'm a fan of working equitation. I can show you in a bit. That is going pretty good. I had class earlier. And now I'm here. I got some noodles. That was awesome. We found a new noodle place. 54 out of 60. Okay. That's not too bad. But yeah, that's the other fun thing is they don't have like just races. They also have like stuff like working equitation, they have dressage, they have lunging, they just recently added they have western stuff like barrel racing, which is one of my favorites. So I'm always excited that we get to do it. Oh, look at this little guy. Angle on him. You can get cats in this game, by the way, that will ride around in your saddlebag with you. But this one has a little bow tie, and I love it. This is one of the older models. They haven't updated this guy yet, because he's not important. It's very funny seeing, like, the old models alongside the new ones. Ooh, fancy ribbon. I can get a fancy ribbon if I do horse good enough. That's good to know. Cool. I do love a fancy ribbon. I think over here is the petting zoo. And his quest was telling me that there was the petting zoo. You see what I mean? It's very, like, it's very friendly. You can literally, this does nothing for you. It is just for fun. Can I pet the chicken? I can pet the chicken! Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Stardew Valley update looks great. Pig? I can pet the pig. Fox? I can pet the fox! And, like, genuinely, this does nothing. It's just cute. Oh, let's get that plant. There we go. Also, am I, like, how is my voice coming through okay? I'm not, like, leaning in close to the mic or anything, and I'm not really talking above my normal register. No, sadly the missions don't change while in Wild Horse mode, it's just a cosmetic thing. But that would be really cool. Cool, alright. Oh, here's the lesbian! So this girl with the exclamation point over her head is Alex. Alex is the main lesbian, and also, like, kind of the leader of your horse girl gang. And then this is Linda, who is one of the other horse girls and, like a bookworm kind of character. She's very fun. Oh, now I have to go catch balloon. Oh, heck. Oh, they are floating away. Oh, I have to, like, actually catch them. Sometimes you just have to run into things, sometimes you have to press a button. Alright. Alright, good, I'm glad. This is that new mic that I got. So I'm glad that it is miking correctly. Hello? Did I get those, or are they... Oh, they're following me. I see. It's fine, we just fell down the hill a little bit. What you can and cannot jump in this game is very hit or miss. And sometimes it will think that you've taken a fall when you haven't. Excuse me. Do I have to jump to get the prompt on these? Come back. Come back here, you. Down. Riveting high-level gameplay. It is a really good de-stress game, honestly. That's why I've been playing it so much, because it is so easy to turn your brain off and just horse. Alright. Balloons back to the lesbians. Linda isn't explicitly a lesbian, but, like, they're all lesbian. None of them have boyfriends. Yeah, all the Circle and Broken leaders are women, and all of the deputies, except for Thistlepelt, are either female or non-binary. Thistlepelt is literally the only man in power. And he's a dummy. He's like the least capable one. Oh yeah, Sabine is here. Okay, so you're the good horse girl group, right? But there's also an evil horse girl group called the Dark Riders, who are like, evil magical horse girls who want to bring in Cthulhu and like make the world evil. Because that's how that works. And one of them is Sabine. And she is super cool. She is tall, muscular, covered in scars, and has a braid that goes down to her ankles. So if I can find her, I will show you her. I'm assuming that's what this quest is going to be, is, like, exploring that. Yeah, evil horse girls. That's exactly what I said. Am I gonna just hide behind a newspaper? Please tell me that's what I'm gonna... The humor in this game is honestly pretty good. There are times I have laughed out loud. A mustache! Okay, so yeah, I am just gonna put on a mustache and hide behind a newspaper, and that's gonna be my disguise. Sick. Honestly, it's so funny. Okay, so you can only make female player characters in this game. They very much gear it toward young girls, which makes sense. Um, but obviously people still roleplay as boys, and there are a ton of mustache and beard cosmetics you can get. So usually the way people roleplay as boys is they just put on the facial hair cosmetics and like a specific shirt and just pretend to be guys. It's very cute. Yeah, literally, everyone's female or trans. Oh, there's also a canon non-binary character who's a hacker, which is really funny. Their name is Syntax, and I think it's very funny that the non-binary character is a coder who works in binary. It shouldn't be silent. I do have my desktop sounds turned down. I could turn them up if you can't hear anything. Whoa, that's no good. Hang on. It's showing audio on my end. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Turn the desktop on. That's odd. Hello, Barn. Well, I'm glad you said something in case, it was a everyone problem. Oh yeah, Alex's power is lightning, so she can zap people. And Linda here can see the future. She has like visions. I do love to be a fish. There she is! There's the girl! Yeah, they have powers in Silly Horse Game. God, look at her! She's there. Like, this is what I mean when I say they're all lesbians. Look at her. If I were a girl, I would date her. Right? She's like, she's very, she's very. Honestly, all of the evil horse girls are kind of hot, is the thing. Ooh, jumping track, okay. I can do jumps. The one thing about a coffee machine that is unfortunate is because he's kind of a stocky little guy, he turns like a bus. Oops. See what I mean? I have to balance how fast he's going with how little he's gonna turn. I think after this I may go get one of my other horses who's a little bit better suited for this kind of thing. Ooh, slalom. Okay. I'm not gonna slalom. That's a terrible idea on Coffee Machine. We are gonna go and get a different horse. Alright. We'll take a little detour and I'll show you my stable. Okay. Everybody arranged. And yeah, just all your horses chill out in the stable. The ones that have the special, like, stars are ones that are fully leveled. I'm probably gonna grab one of those for this, because they, generally control better. But yeah, you've got... There's a lot of, different types of horses that you can get, and they're all delightful. I think the one that I'm gonna want for this is Snowstep, because Snowstep... Oh no, Snowstep's got not so great, Let's see. Who else do I? No, we're gonna do Snowstep, and I'm just gonna do some hair on him first. I think that'll get up his happiness. Yeah, the names that you can pick are kind of all over the place, like in terms of what words they have and what words they don't. Not in a bad way, just in a like, huh, I wouldn't have thought that kind of way. Alright, there we go. Now, I do like matching my horses, so I'm gonna change my outfit again, because that's who I am as a person. I'm probably gonna want... Where are the Heartwood boots? Do the Redwood point. This is riveting gameplay, I know. It's summer, so I might as well wear something like breezy. Blue. Ooh, I like that. Also good. I don't have a lot of like tees or anything because I like the coats better. So come summer, it looks a little silly. Alright. Now we're all dressed up and match our boy. Let's go. A Spanish TikTok ad? Dang. Yeah, YouTube is all like, we'll just do whatever ads we want. That's fine. I always get baby stuff ads. Or I did before I got premium. Eventually I was just like, I'm not gonna bother with this anymore. And I want to support my fellow creators, and premium lets me do that just passively, so... Also, yeah, this is Redwood Point. This is where my home stable is. It's like the wilderness redwood forest. It's gorgeous. There's like all these little, you can go through the trees and just kind of ride around. Oh, cool. Fellow rider out here. Ooh, the Fir Grove Championships in 15 minutes. Okay, we're gonna take a detour. We're gonna go back to Hot Girl in a second, but I want to go to Firgrove. I have not run the Firgrove Championship in a while. And then I can show you how races work. Yeah, I did actually. It's Wings of Fire, right? I read the first couple of those. I kind of fell off it, you know, for school reasons. I was like, I don't want to be reading more because I'm already reading a ton of stuff for school. But I liked what I read. I was a dragon kid, so I'm always gonna look at dragon media. And I like the idea of like all the different dragons who live in different areas having like different adaptations and all that. I definitely like it's kind of like Warrior Cats where I've seen a lot of the animation about it more than I've read the books for it. And that's very like the stuff that the community makes for it makes me want to read it. Don't worry, we'll go back to Hot Girl. We're just gonna take a little Firgrove detour. My favorite character, I read the first, I think, two-ish books. So I don't have a lot to go on, obviously. But I really liked Peril. I like, which I think shouldn't be surprising since my favorite warrior cat is Hollyleaf. I really like the female characters who are in difficult moral positions. And I know that Peril, like, gets, more screen time later. That is delightful. I also really liked Glory. I feel like it's not spoilers because it happens like in the first book, basically, but um the bit where Glory like is pretending to be all, you know, docile and everything, and then she just absolutely gets Queen Scarlet. Fantastic. Yeah, melty face. I'd seen animations about that, obviously, but I thought it was something that happened a lot later. It felt like something that would happen a lot later, so I was surprised it happened so early. I was like, oh, we're really just getting into it. So this here to my left is the Western Ranch, Starshine Ranch. That's where you do stuff like barrel racing. We are not going there. We are going up to Firgrove, which is the, like, foresting town. It's a really pretty settlement, actually. It's way up here in the tree. Yeah, lot of violence. Yeah, I remember Maximum Ride. I never read it, but I remember it being super big when I was in middle school. I mean, I feel like it's very. You take, a cool person and you give them wings, and that's like catnip. Everybody's gonna want to read that. I've heard good things about it. Alright. This is where the championship check-in is. Oh, yep, all the people. One of the only, like, time I really interact with other people in this game is when I'm waiting for a championship to start and I'm, like, looking at everybody else's horses and what their names are and what they're wearing. There was a Maximum Ride manga? Huh, okay. Did not know that. But yeah, basically we all just get together here and wait to be able to sign up. It'll open in 3 minutes, and then we'll have 5 minutes to wait for it to start. Yeah! That's really the only time I talk to other people in this game is when I compliment them on their outfit or say, like, oh, I like your horse, it's pretty. And genuinely, that's really the only time people talk to me as well. Like, sometimes I'll get random friend and group invites that I ignore because I'm like, I don't know you. I don't think I want to, like, hang out with you. But that happens very rarely. But yeah, Snowstep, she is an Icelandic horse, and the cool thing about the Icelandic horses is they have a special gait that the other horses don't have. So you go fast enough with them, and they start doing flying pace, which is like this kind of not a run, not a walk, not a trot, just like this very controlled movement. It's super nice. They can also do this steppy, which I think is called tolting. But yeah, that's the other fun thing about this game. A lot of the horses that have special gaits and special movements and everything, those are actually coded in. So like if you have a Pasofino, the Pasofinos can do the high steppy that the Pasofinos do. If you have a I think it's the Lipizaners that can do the kind of extended trot. I'm not sure, I don't have one. The Tennessee Walkers can do the Tennessee Walker gait. So if you don't know about horses, it's fun, and if you do know about horses, it's realistic enough that you're not gonna get mad, which is nice. Like I know the basics about horses. I was raised on a ranch, so for me, it's kind of like, oh, cool, they remembered this thing. Gosh, I love people's names. Lee Dolphin Lake is pretty good. Aurora Foghouse. Have I ever had a bad interaction? No, not really. I've never had anyone be mean to me specifically. I've seen people being rude in the global chat, but I almost never look at the global chat. Because I don't care. But yeah, no one has, and there's no real way to grief in this game either. Like, you can't trade items, so no one can try to scam you out of items. You can't trade currency, so no one can try to scam you out of currency. You can't, like, it's you. If you want to do something mean to another player, you really don't have any way to do so. Oh, thank you, Lynn. That's kind of you. So yeah, I mean it's like any game. It's very like Roblox, where it's like any game that anyone of all ages can play. You're gonna get kids who think they're funny when they're not funny. But if you ignore them, it's gonna be a pretty good time. Aw, coffee paw. See, that's wild to me, because coffee is a kind of plant. If your cat is from a place where coffee is a plant that grows, like if your cat is from South America, yeah. It's like the Circle and Broken characters are from Southern California, so like they would know what an avocado is. They would know what a lemon is. I'm not gonna name them after stuff that's in the European countryside when that's not where they live. Can you imagine if I was like, yeah, they live in Southern California, but I have to keep it to canon, so the bad guys are still gonna be badgers. Those Southern California badgers. Also, like, it's cats. It's cats. It's not that deep. Like, the cats know the word medicine. The cats have organized religion. The cats understand the concept of war. I think a cat can know what coffee is. Like the coffee plant. That's my take on it. It's just there's no point in harshing someone's vibe when they're just having fun. Oh man, have we been going for an hour already? Dang. Okay. I love how we don't have to line up here, by the way. Like automatically when the race starts, it will put us at the starting line. And yet people always line up at the starting line anyway. It's cute. Yeah, I love it when cats in warrior stories have interesting interactions with two-leg things that they don't understand. Like the way that cats conceptualize two-leg stuff from their cat perspective is so cool. And I feel like people can do so much with it. Like, I have other fan clans who regularly have arguments about what trains are. Like, what are they related to the little monsters? Are they a different kind of monster? Are they like, is it like caterpillars and butterflies where the little ones become the big ones? Because, like, they don't know. They don't know how that works. But, like, the concept of a cat trying to understand what a train is just so good. Deep pool or shallow pool. That would be a good name for a pair of siblings, I think. Oh, I can also make my little crow fly with me. It doesn't have to be sitting... Yeah, there we go. But yeah, mostly, like, I usually look at say, which is the chat for, like, the people you are directly near. And almost always it's just people going, good luck on the race, have fun with the race. People are pretty chill. Because a lot of the people playing this game, like, there's kids, obviously, but there's also people who've been playing it since they were kids. And they were kids, like, 10 years ago. So there's a pretty wide demographic. All right. I have not run this race in a while, so if I mess up, don't laugh at me. Some of the championships are, like, surprisingly difficult. Wonder how cats would react to whales. That is a good question. It would be fun to see a cat clan set in somewhere like Alaska or like somewhere else up north. It's usually they're like either in temperate places or in warm places because you know they're wild cats. Like they can't. How would they survive in a really cold area? The answer is they probably wouldn't, but like it's fantasy, so you can imagine. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Don't honk at me. Sorry, I've gone quiet because this is serious gamer hours. Whoop! Oh, I missed the checkpoint. Wow. Was in like second place for most of that, and then I just beefed it. Also, yeah, they have a lot of different colors of that pet. But this one's an albino crow that I think is from the Halloween event, actually. Alright, I came in 6th. That's not bad. Excuse me. And I still got 200 shillings. I fell down the hill. Oops. I wanna talk to... Okay. Oh. Alright, now we'll go back to hang out with Cool Girl. Cool lesbian. I'm just gonna take one of the fast travel horse trailers. I think the closest one is up here. Aw, thank you, Moo Diddy. It's really bizarre being in a place in my life where I can say thank you, Moo Diddy. I gotta say. Right. I want to go to Jorvik stable. I think the closest... Huh. Oh, Suncrest Farm is probably where I want to go. Sunfield Farm. that's true. There are cats in Russia. Alright, Sabine, I'm back. I got distracted, I'm sorry. Also, again, I have to remind you, we are on, we are on tank controls. So, this is incredibly difficult. Basically, you tell the horse to go forward. Oh, I'm just gonna... Yeah, there we go. You tell the horse to go forward, and then you turn it. It'll keep moving no matter what. Oh, you have to turn around. I messed up. I thought I was done, and I wasn't. Raelix or Ralix, I would guess. I'm usually better at this. The slalom is definitely, like, the hardest thing they can make you do in this game. Just because of how the horses control. Raelix, okay. Nice. Damn, Sabine, really getting too real, huh? Ride together and die together. Ma'am! It's horses! Oh heck, I was in top chat the whole time. Let me fix that. There we go. Am I gonna, like, do horse crimes? With the hot girl? Okay. Yeah, no, obviously I'm gonna do what the hot lesbian says. Also, letting pigs free is completely harmless. It's fine. There they go. And I'm sure now I'll have to, like, go and round them all up and bring them back. A lot of the quests in this game are get the animals back. Because, you know, there's a lot of farms. Oh, are we gonna race? Yes, please. Heck yeah. Ooh, and I get a cool shirt. Okay. Excuse me, ma'am. And she is fast. This is a new race, so I have no idea where I'm going. I mean, I know where the markers are pointing me, obviously, but I've never run this before. Also, if you can hear the, like, teen butt rock in the background, a lot of the songs in this game are like that. It's great. It's very, it's giving very 12 years old. Don't you dare throw barrels at me. How is she doing it? She's... okay. This is what evil horse girl powers are, is they can make barrels come at you. He's supposed to be able to beat her because she is, like, super fast. I mean, if she beats me, I won't be surprised. Like, she's a very good rider. That's the whole point of her character. Yeah, she super beat me. Okay. Oh, cool, I can do it again. Now that I know where I'm going. Usually, the event races like this are like that. You can do them once a day for, like, special rewards. But the first time you do it's the introductory, so you get to do a second one. I keep hearing rocks falling, but I'm not seeing them, which is concerning me. Either I'm beating them, or they're coming down and I'm not seeing them. And just avoiding them by pure luck. Also, sorry, I'm not looking at chat right now. This is serious gamer hours. just popped into place there. You cheated. I think you are genuinely meant to not be able to catch her. That's so funny. Man, I wish you could join the evil lesbians. It's interesting, though, because the forces of good also kind of suck. Like, eventually you get to the point in the plot where you and the other girls are like, actually, the Soul Riders are like, we're not affiliated with anyone, we're just doing our own thing, because everybody stinks. Even mean girls want people to train with. I'm gonna be nice to Sabine, I like her. Alright, so that's that quest line done. And I think that's really all there is at the festival currently. I can see anyway. Oh yeah, I have to turn in a quest. Ah, Creatures of Scenaria. I don't know anything about it, but I have seen a lot of animation memes about it. It took me a while to figure out what it was, honestly. Your little sister doxed herself. Like, okay, not to sound like an old man on Maine, but I feel like a lot of people now aren't being taught how to be safe online. Like, no one is telling them, hey, don't tell strangers your full name and address. Hey, maybe don't tell strangers all of your triggers and mental illnesses so they can effectively bully you. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. The more information you give someone, the more they have to use against you. Now it's considered normal to just, like, give everyone all of the information about yourself when you first meet them. It's wild. I don't understand it. Oh, this is the wrong way. I turned down the wrong street. Go this way. One of the other evil lesbians is super, like, her whole thing is she's grayscale and she, like, plays violin and stuff. But she, like, steals the colors from the Rainbow Festival, which is their Pride Festival. So it's like, it's just so funny. It's so funny. Like, aw, ma'am, accept yourself. Accept who you are. You were obviously a lesbian, too. Don't ruin the Pride Festival. Yeah, like I said, there's options to fast travel everywhere, and I just almost never do it. I just like riding cross country. And the good thing is the map is exactly the right size for it. Like, it feels small enough that you can get anywhere riding, and also big enough that it's rewarding to ride if you want to. Yeah, I played Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition a little bit just because I was like, I should check this out. Um, and what I learned was that I like the concept of it, but I don't like the people involved usually. You have to get really lucky with a good server. And the devs are, I've heard some not great things about the devs that I don't like. I don't know how true they are, obviously. I haven't like looked deep into it. But, you know, it is what it is. Hello, who are you? Ooh, missed this race earlier. Yeah, it's very funny every time they call me by name. Like again, I'm pretty sure it's just a normal name in Scandinavian countries. Like I don't think they thought about it that much. I mean clearly because they allow it as a name option. But it's just I think it's cute. And it's funny every time an NPC talks to me. Where's the next? There it is. Oop! I got caught on the flowers. Dang it. There we go. Yeah, I've heard about Lake Territory. I tried looking at it, and the huge amount of rules kind of turned me off. Like, not in a these are bad rules kind of way, but in a I don't want to devote this much energy to it kind of way. But I am glad there's other options for people who don't want to support the Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition devs. My feeling on it is that I obviously do not give those devs money. So if I'm just messing around like quietly on a server, that's fine, but I don't think I'm ever gonna play it like on the channel or give it um attention, if that makes sense. Like I wouldn't want to feel like I was advertising it, because that would feel scummy to me. Oh, it's a different one. Okay. I'll have to go back and look. And now we reach the point of Star Stable where I am just running around to run. I've done everything I wanted to do. Oh, I can show you the Hollow Woods. The Hollow Woods are my other favorite area. And they are where the, like, magic and crafting quests take place. Genuinely, though. Well, and the great thing about the Hollow Woods is that when you're there, you collect fireflies. That's, like, your thing that you do. They give you a currency called light. And so I'll just put on a podcast and run in circles around the woods collecting fireflies. There they are. Here's my fireflies. And I can just spend hours doing that because you don't have to think about it. But this is the latest area that they gave a glow up. This place used to look so different. And they completely overhauled it. It looks gorgeous now. It is beautiful. Those ones that are like bursting like that, I could follow them and get extra points, but I don't care. It's fun. it takes a lot of extra time, and I'm just, nah. Like, you run around, you collect fireflies. You run through leaf piles and you, like, get special things out of the leaf piles. And this is also a place where you can unlock certain magical horses through different gameplay. So, and they will be at a reduced price, which is nice. So, like, it's a good way to get a fancy horse that isn't your starter horse without having to, like, shell out a ton of money for them. Or having to wait for them to, like, come around in the rotation of horses that are on sale. Will I ever talk about Reed Clan? Ooh, that's a good question. Reed Clan, as in the clan that split into the two clans, Mist Clan and Bay Clan? Is that the one you mean? And then you take your fireflies you've collected, you bring them over to this big ol' stone, and you can turn them in for prizes. I don't think I have enough to buy anything at the moment, but you, like, unlock stuff in these different magical paths with them. Yeah, I need 800 if I want to do anything. But it's fun. It's a nice little way to, like, get you running around the area and doing stuff. There's also farming. I could plant seeds. I'm not going to, because I'm lazy. How are my kitties? They're doing good. Oliver has tuckered himself out and is sleeping on my bed. And Josie is, we got her a new kind of, like, calm down collar. So she's kind of, like, relaxing a little, which is nice. Ever since we brought Oliver in, she's been kind of, like, squirrely. She's not used to him yet. So we're hoping this helps her kind of relax. Donating all of the plants I've collected to the crafting girl, because I believe when you get to the end of her quest line, she gives you an owl, and I want the owl. I think that's all. Right. Fallen Angel? I do not know anything about that, because I do not have a Twitter. And I have never had a Twitter. Okay, well, that's a lie. I had a Twitter for, like, a hot second right after college when I wanted to keep in touch with my college friends. And then I just started talking to them over Discord. But I've never had a Twitter that I've used actively, let's say. Never had a Twitter, never had a Facebook. Not super interested in any of those places. I think they're more trouble than they're worth. let's see, where else is fun to go? Oh, you know what? Let's go up to Dino Valley. This is like one of the latest late game areas that you have to unlock, is this big frozen tundra. It's also, I believe, the only area in game that hasn't had a graphical update, so it's still how it looked when it got put into the game. So we're gonna see the old graphic style. And I mean, I say that lovingly, like honestly, it's still a really nice area. So I think when they upgrade it, it's gonna look really good. Alright. Yeah, Discord, I very rarely go in big servers, or if I go in big servers, I very rarely, like, talk in them. Sometimes I'll, like, check in to see things, like if it's a server for a, you know, a show that I like or something. But in general, I stick to, like, small friend servers, yeah, because it's overwhelming otherwise. And a lot of people, use Discord servers in a way that makes me uncomfortable, in that they will be talking about very personal things in what I think is a very public place. And I know that that's normal for some people and they're okay with sharing that kind of thing, but I don't want to see it. It makes me feel uncomfortable to know that kind of personal thing about a complete stranger, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, also Frankenstein is just here. Don't ask why he's just here. He's just here. Yeah, I do. I do remember that. People will catch me in the wild sometimes and be like, is that really? Is that you, or is that, like, is someone impersonating you? Oh, what was it recently that someone had to check and make sure it was actually me? What was it? Oh, it was a adoptable species server that I'm in. Someone saw me in there and was like, is that person impersonating Possum Breath? And I was like, no, no, that's me. I do like adoptables. Yeah, I am a Nyoko server. Because I love Nyoko. I'm very Galaxy Clan pilled. But, like, look at how cool this area is. It's just this big ice field, you know? Oh yeah, and there's that guy. He's just chilling. Yeah, that was you, okay. I'm not super good with names. Yeah, I love Oopsie Daisy. My favorite is Hillfuzz. I'm very fond of Snow. Oh, also there's this. The Ice Witch Cave, which is, you know, normal and fine and nothing bad is happening over there. The first time I saw this thing, I had no context for it, and I was just like, what? What is this? I don't like this! But yeah, no, Hillfuzz is great. I was shipping Hillfuzz and Hollow Star before that became canon. And I was correct and right. It is a good ship. Where else is fun? I do want to dabble in anthro designs. I almost did one for, before I decided I wanted to do watercolor eyes, I almost did the Boba Date meme instead. And that was gonna be with anthro designs. I'm probably still gonna do that. And I never got an answer back about Reed Clan, but if you do mean the clan that split into Bay Clan and Mist Clan, yes, you will learn about it. I'm named after a Gravity Falls reference, actually. So presumably the North American one. Because Gravity Falls takes place in Oregon. Which I know, yes, technically they are opossums. But I love them. I think they are cute. So agree to disagree there. I always forget where the path is. This ice field is a lot. Right. Up through here is where I want to go. There we go. Yeah, I do. I do like both. I think they're cute. In general, I think a lot of animals that people think are gross are cute, though. So, like, my taste is very skewed. It's fine, just run your horse into a fence. The red flash means that your horse is hurt. It's funny, because they don't have a health bar, like, it doesn't actually do anything to them. Let's see, where else? Ooh, I can show you the, like, magical wild horses. Hang on. Yeah, there's a whole society of magic wild horses that live out in Redwood Point. Like, go way deep in the woods to find them. There's a whole quest line to unlock them, too. This is, like, super late game area. So I guess spoilers for Star Stable Online. I know that, you know, you're really concerned about that. Yeah, a lot of people haven't. It's a game produced not in America, and it's pretty small comparatively. I only found it because one of my friends who plays it bullied me into joining, and then I bullied all of my friends into joining because it was like, oh, this is actually really fun. Oh, there they are. Here's my magical horses. So there's like 3 different groups of magical horses that talk to you. These are the foresters. They are like herbalists. They're pretty cool. You got deer. Uh, Where's the village? Oh, I passed it. It's on the other side. I'm very smart. I have not been... Yeah, there's warrior horses. Seriously. There's the mystics, the warriors, and the foresters. And then this is the village where they all kind of meet and hang out. And they just vibe here together. And the fun thing about these horses is they, like, some of them want to leave the magic horse area and come and hang out with humans. They're like, oh man, I'd love to have a human companion. So you can actually get these horses and have them. And it's fun kind of like imagining that, you know, they can talk to you and hang out with you. All the mystics have like blue in their mane and tail, which is nice. Cool looking. Warriors, I believe, are gonna all be up this way. Nope, did not mean to be swimming. Whoops. Okay, to go around. Fine. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, this is the, like, big special magic tree, by the way. Say hello to the big special magic tree. SSO physics really are very silly. I love when you, like, you step off a rock, and it's like, oh, you've taken a dangerous fall, but then you jump your horse off a cliff and it's fine. What the game considers a dangerous fall versus what actually is a dangerous fall is very funny. Oh, this is where the horses do horse yoga. I'm not kidding. Bye! Thanks for stopping in. I'm running my horse into things because I'm trying to look at chat. I'm gonna pause my horse while I read chat. Yeah, the crab! Oh, I'm so excited for when that pet gets implemented properly. I want that crab so bad. Alright, now we're getting into the warrior area. The warrior horses are super cool. They have, like, all these bones and, like, bone masks and things. Like an arena where they do horse arenas. They're so good. Their clothing set is also the best out of the clothing sets you can get. Prove me wrong, you can't. And you can do, like, daily quests with them to get them to like you more. This game has a whole faction system where all the different places you can go, you have reputation with. So it encourages you to go back and, like, do stuff there every day to get them to like you more. And if they like you more, they will do stuff like give you special, special clothes and things that you can't get otherwise. And so one of the things you do for the warriors is you, like, dig around and find old artifacts from their old horse civilization, which is so cool. Really? Is Wild Woods only 2 years old? That makes sense, actually, looking at how it looks graphically. I shouldn't be surprised. I started playing about 2 years ago, so I don't think Wild Woods even existed when I first made my account. And then I stopped playing for a while, and then I remembered the game existed, and I got back into it. And now it is my, like, de-stressing game. Ooh, snacks. What kind of snacks? Oh, also, here is the best character in the game. Her name is Athena. She is a warrior foal, and she wants to go and have a human companion and go hang out on the mainland. But she doesn't want to do it until she feels like she's ready. So you have this whole thing with you where like she collects human treasures. She's basically the Little Mermaid, but a horse. And you smash pots with her, and she's like, okay, if I smash more pots than you, then I'm ready to go out into the human world. And it feels bad, like, because I beat her every time. But, like, also if she wins, she doesn't actually leave, so it's fine. But it's cute. She's so cute. She just wants to go and hang out with the people. I'm sure there's, like, an optimal way to do this. I don't do it that way, because I don't care enough. Yeah, Little Mermaid, see, they know. They're doing it on purpose. One day I'll be part of that world. I love her! She's so small! It's just, like, for all of the, you know, wild stuff in the plot, it's a very wholesome game, all things considered. Oh, that would be fun. I would, because I know that I know that since these are recently added areas, there's not as much to do in them. But I would like to see, oop, see, there you go. See, that was actually a dangerous fall. That was fair. I did run my horse off a cliff by accident. I would like to see more quests and stuff with the horses out here, because I love them. Tiny horses? There are ponies, yes. There's even a whole special, race just for ponies. Which is great, because... Oh, okay. It's like... where are my horses? They just had to load in. This is the kind of thing that Star Stable likes to do. Star Stable is a... Star Stable, I sure hope it does. It's not. It's not a stable game. So this is my pony. His name is Hollow Song. He has a little witch cat. Next to Snow Step, this is about how big he is. You can see still smaller. And then let's see. Let me get out Everwatcher. Everwatcher is one of my favorite horses I have. And Everwatcher, hello, excuse you, is Clydesdale. So on the big horse front, you get something like this. Much larger. It's kind of cool, actually, that they bother to make all the horses different sizes and have their own unique animations and stuff. And then for wild horses, this is my, like, main boy. This is Pinekeeper. I love him so much. I've got him kitted out all in the ranger gear, because my thing is that I don't really care about the Soul Riders or the Dark Riders or anything. I just want to be a ranger. And he's a Jorvik wild horse, so they're not like real horses. They're the like magic horses. They're just in this game. And he's about like not a normal horse size, but also not as big as a Clydesdale. I'm gonna arrange my horses. I'm not gonna put them all back in. Yeah, it does actually. Size matters, especially in races, because bigger horses are obviously harder to like maneuver and turn. They all jump differently, they handle differently. Like, it's not a super in-depth system, but it is noticeable. Like, on my bigger horses, I have to be really careful with turning. On my smaller horses, it's not as big of a deal. But, like, on this little guy, for instance, this is one of the Christmas horses. They have, like, special magical horses for every holiday. This one, super easy to maneuver. Very small, very, like, good at things. Just reasonable, normal horse size. I honestly have to train Cinnamon Scout more. I love this horse. That's the problem with Star Stable, is you get horses, and then you get horses, and then you get horses, and you don't train all your horses because there's so many of them. Oh yes, also there's fish horses. There's dragon horses. I don't have one, but there are. And this is my starter horse. This is Scary Weather, who is my beloved. We've done a lot together. $400, wow. That's impressive. I've tried really hard to make myself not constantly get horses, because I feel like if I do, I'm never gonna stop. Oh, the cool thing about the magic horses, too, is they have two versions. So, Everwatcher can look like this, which is their magic form, their, like, stone rune horse form. Or they can look like a normal Clydesdale. And usually the fancy magic horses have a unique normal coat that you can't get on that horse normally. So it's pretty cool. Also, hang on, now that I've switched horses, I have to switch outfits. Go back to my ranger clothes. Redwood Point Ranger pants somewhere. There they are. I also have some of the Woodland Ranger stuff. I just have a huge collection of ranger gear because I love the Rangers. I'm gonna put these on instead. Hat. I do like the green hat. The green hat is a vibe. Hmm. Also go red beanie. Red beanie's pretty good. I always forget. The one problem is when you put something away or replace it, it replaces it where you click. So, oh, I have to put on my sunglasses, my ranger sunglasses. So you get disorganized very easy. Or at least I get disorganized very easy. I'm sure there's people who keep their stuff, like, just all nice and, organized, and I am not that person. Yeah. Black Ridge. Right. Have any tips for writing stories? Well, I mean, it's like I said in my character design video, just have a reason for everything that happens. It's important for characters to have a reason to be in the story, but it's also important for just everything to have a reason to be in the story. The worst thing you can do is just add padding, basically. The worst thing you can do is put in stuff that doesn't go anywhere. You should always be working towards something plot-wise. Even if you don't quite know where the overall story is going, if you have an idea for, like, okay, I know a scene that I want to get to. I know something that I want to happen. How do I get there? Everything leading up to that point should be in service of making that thing happen. Also, other tip, write outlines. And I don't mean an outline like a super organized sort of thing. Like, what I do is literally, I will write, like, what basically sounds like a bad summary. Like, I will just go in and be like, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. And just to get the beats down, get the idea of what I want to happen down in a basic order. Because if you wait to write it until you're actually writing it, you're never gonna write it. Aw, dude, no. Brainstorming is one of the most fun parts. Your brain should not be mean to you about that. I mean, you've watched me brainstorm the Circle Unbroken story, because that's basically what all my clan videos have been, is just me figuring the story out. And it's already changed a lot from when I first started. Like, I do think at a certain point you need to stop brainstorming and start writing, because as you write, you will discover things that need changing. If you wait until you get the story perfect in your head to start writing, you're also never going to start writing. Actually, I think in November, so a while away, but not too far, NaNoWriMo is coming up. So if you want an excuse to just write, that's a great way to do it. It's National Novel Writers Month. It's a thing that you can go online and, like, sign up for it, or just do it personally yourself. It really doesn't matter. And it's a month in November where you try to write 50,000 words of a story in a month. It's a great challenge, really. And it kind of gets you in the mindset of just writing and not worrying about it being perfect. I think that's what trips a lot of people up, is you write, like, oh, I'll do chapter 1, and then I'm gonna edit chapter 1 for the next 5 years until I think it's perfect, and then I can move on to chapter 2. Don't do that. See, RP is different. As someone who does roleplay also, It's different because that's collaborative. You are writing something together. You're not in total control. You're bouncing ideas back and forth. And in a good roleplay, the people that you roleplay with will be introducing things to move the story along. When you're the one writing and it's just you, you have to do that. You're not reacting to anything, you are only acting. So it is a different skill set. But if you think of it in a similar way, writing does become easier. Because a lot of roleplay is what would be interesting for these characters to do together? What would organically come from these characters interacting? What storyline would be fun for these characters to be in? And if you approach writing like that, and like, if you think about what would be natural for the characters to do, and where the plot would naturally go, and what those characters would be suited for, it can make writing on your own easier. Because you get a better sense of what your characters are going to do and what kind of story you're going to tell. We are now fully in just run around the map mode. This is the Golden Leaf area. It's so pretty. It's just perpetually fall. It's gorgeous. Oh god, I've been going for 2 hours. But yeah, I would say that's my biggest thing is just have a clear idea of where you want to get to. It doesn't have to be the ending. It could be like a scene you want to get to, character arrangement you want to get to. Like if your story is starting and a character is in one place and you want them to get to another place, that kind of thing works. How do they get from point A to point B? Just have a goal to be working towards, and everything in your story should work towards that goal. And all of your characters should exist in service of that goal or in opposition to it. If, because you'll need antagonists, presumably. There's no good story without conflict. I feel like a lot of people shy away from writing evil or bad characters, or just even characters that don't agree with the main characters, even if they're not evil. Because there's kind of a thing now where it's like, oh, well, if you have a character like that, you must agree with them. If you have a character like that, you think they're right. And that's definitely not how that works. Like, think of your characters as characters first and not as people. Because they're not people, they're not real. They're little pieces that you move around the story map to make the story happen. When you start thinking of them that way and you're a little bit less precious with them, it gets easier to, like, make decisions that make the story better. Also, it has been a little bit over 2 hours, so I think I may be done for the night. Yeah, flawed. That's a good way to put it. Like, every character should have some flaw. Even your protagonists they shouldn't be perfect, because no one likes to read about a character that's perfect. Unless that's the point of them, and the point is that they're perfect, and that's the joke. Like, Smokeheart and Cindertail are flawed. They're flawed people. Pebblestar is definitely a flawed character. She's balancing a lot of things and she doesn't always do a great job at it. She's kind of... I mean, if you read chapter 1, you kind of get the sense that she's got a chip on her shoulder. She's kind of quick to be angry about things, and that is true. Like, she's good at reining herself in, but inside, she's kind of prickly. And I think it's interesting when characters have flaws, and not just characters have flaws, but also characters are aware of those flaws and, like, how they kind of do or don't rein themselves in. I'm so glad people liked it. I am working on chapter 2. Grad school is gradding, so I don't know when it will be out. But I'm sure nobody expects, like, a consistent upload schedule from me, because I've never had a consistent upload schedule, either on YouTube or anywhere else. So it's nice of you all to have been bearing with me for so long. But yes. Part 2 of the character design video is in the scripting stage. It is gonna take a while, because there's a lot to be said about visual character design. So I don't know when it's gonna actually be ready. But hands in the air, who knows? Definitely before the end of the year. I'm dedicated to that. And I definitely want to go into the politics of StarClan more, because that is becoming kind of a big part of the story on the back end. It hasn't really come up in the YouTube videos as much, because a lot of this is stuff that, you know, just hasn't had a reason to come up, or it didn't exist when I was making the videos. But there's some politics going on in the cat afterlife that I'm very excited to get to talk about. And I definitely want to put out that, like, Bush Clan Revisited video and go back and, like, talk more about them as characters and as a community, because they've evolved a bunch. That first video was very, like, I don't know what I'm doing, nobody's gonna watch this. And then people watched it, which was, I mean, I don't know why, but hello, cool, glad you're here. Yeah, I think that's true. Uh, what you're saying about things that are not flawed, they don't really exist. Like, if when you're reading a story and a character is like that, they don't feel real. You know? They don't. It feels like you're reading a fantasy, but not in a good way. Like, what feels good when you're reading a story, no matter what kind of story it is where you look at the characters and you say, yeah, I can see why they're doing what they're doing. That doesn't mean that you agree with what they're doing, and it doesn't mean you think their reasons are good. It means you say, yeah, based on the character that I've been presented with, like, based on what I've been shown about this character, I think that what they're doing makes sense. One of the biggest problems I have with the Warriors books is that a lot of the time they don't do that. Like, a lot of the times the characters act kind of counter to what we're shown that they are like, and that takes me out of it immediately, you know? What was it? There was the one part, and I can't remember what book it was, but it was, I think, series 3, where, like, all the cats are getting sick, and they need to go and get the special cat mint, but it's on a different clan's territory, and, like, Lion Blaze won't do it because he's, like, all sad about his girlfriend or whatever, and it's just, like, from what we have been shown of Lion Blaze, that's not what he would do at that point. Like, Lion Blaze, for one thing, is impulsive, and also, like, he does care a lot about his clan. Like, Lion Blaze has a lot of flaws, but when he was younger, at least, he had, I want to say maybe less flaws. Younger Lion Blaze was kind of better than adult Lion Blaze. And it made me so annoyed that he was like, no, I'm too emo about my girlfriend. I'm not gonna save my clanmates because I'm emo about my girlfriend. It just didn't feel right. Like, him, like, it being a thing that made him conflicted, absolutely. him being like, I don't want to go there because I'm upset about this thing that happened, sure. But I feel like the correct way to do that would have been him going, I don't want to go there, I don't want to, see her or anything, but I'm going to because the people that I love are more important than, like, my personal issues. See, that's always wild to me when people you roleplay with are like, no, that's incorrect. Like, I get that, like, if you're playing a canon character and people have certain expectations about how they're going to act, I won't say I get it, because I don't, but it makes sense. I've had people get critiqued on their original characters. Like, no, your character wouldn't do that. And it's like, but I made them. Respectfully, I am their parent. What do you mean? What do you mean they're acting out of character? Which is, I mean, it is possible to, write your own characters out of character. Like, if I wanted to, I could write, Cinder Taylor Smokeheart very out of character. I wouldn't, but it's possible. I play canon characters. I roleplay over on Dreamwidth. I do journal roleplay, and that's usually people play canon characters over there, and it's usually in a pan fandom setting, so you have, like, uh, characters from animes talking to characters from books, talking to characters from cartoons. It's pretty fun, honestly. But there's definitely people who get a little too invested in being right about, being right about the thing they like, instead of just liking the thing they like. Yeah, that's another good point. One Whisker and One Star, like the change that happened there. I feel like a lot of the time they will have a character act. Okay, here we go back to, like, they will have characters act counter to who they are as characters in order to move the plot in a specific direction. They have something they need to get to, and they say, okay, well, these are the characters we have, so we're gonna have them act in a way that they wouldn't because this is where we want them to get to. And that's just not good writing. If that makes sense. That's like the exact opposite of what I want, of what I think, is good writing, is a good way to practice writing. Oh gosh. I the whole thing, because I started with Power of Three and then I went back and read the series from the beginning. But, like, with the whole thing with Saul, I thought it was so interesting because the three, like, Saul gave them no reason to think that he knew what he was talking about, and a lot of the things they decided that he knew, they just kind of made up and, like, assumed, and I thought that was really interesting because, they're kids. They don't really know better. They're being manipulated by a crappy adult. But after a certain point, the narrative started treating them like the things they thought were correct, and that was weird. Like, Warrior Cast is full of unreliable narrators, but then eventually the narrative starts treating those narrators like they are reliable, and it's like, oh no. I thought you were doing something, but I don't think you're doing what I thought you were doing. I feel like a lot of it is that, they're books that are written by committee, so they get basically told what they have to do. They don't get to organically decide, okay, this is what the characters would do. They get told this is what the characters have to do so we can sell more cat books. Which is, unfortunate. Like, I don't begrudge the writing team the fact that they are definitely constrained in a lot of ways by what the publisher thinks will make money. Also, I haven't read the newer series, but I've heard that the newer series are going in some interesting directions. So, like, good for them, at least they're trying new stuff. Oh! It's coming out that recently? Okay, cool. Honestly, I am more of a fan of the Warriors fandom than I am of the Warriors books. I keep up with a lot of it through the fandom. Because I like hearing people talk about cats more than I like reading about the cats. Y'all generally are more interesting and have more well thought out things to say. Oh, is the Valedale Championship happening soon? Oh, it is. Alright. Cool. Yeah, I noticed the changes in the Warrior Code. I thought it was interesting that they were like, okay, we really have to change the code now because of Ashfur. Like, it wasn't the code itself is flawed and needs a general overhaul. It is literally just, we need to change the code so that if Ashfur possesses someone again, we can make them not the leader easier. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, you know? It's so funny. I know that wasn't the only reason they changed the code, I just thought, like, it kind of felt that way a little bit. I mean, good for Ashfur. He did some real good for the clans by being such a jerk that they had to fix some of the stuff that was broken. If you really think about it, Ashfur is the only good character in Warrior Cats. In this essay, I will. No, I'm not. I wouldn't. That's the real April Fool's joke, is me pretending to be an Ashfur simp. Listen, I had some issues getting it set up originally. It really didn't want to stream, and then it kept, like, making new streams, and I had to get rid of them. Like, listen, I was struggling. The real April Fool was me. Also, yeah, that is true. No matter what, they're always gonna have something else go wrong, because, I mean, there is no story without conflict, and they need to keep selling the cat books. That is my other piece of advice. Know when you're done. You don't need to know what the ending is going to be, but know that there will be an ending. Because you see it with stuff like this, and with Supernatural, and with anything that got really big and had to, like, just keep going for years and years and years. If you have to push the plot so much and have to keep one-upping yourself, it just eventually gets to the point where it feels like it doesn't feel real. It gets back to the point where it's like, this is too much. You're not thinking this through, you're just, like, making stuff up. Yes, I do want my phone.
You left it in my...
I did. Okay.
Sarah! Watch it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you do not need to read the Warrior Cats books, if I'm honest. Like, you can, and I have. Not all of them, but some of them, and they're fun. I can get through one of them in, like, 3 hours. I take a bath and read a Warrior Cats book, and I'm done with the Warrior Cats book by the time my bath water is getting cold. They're very easy reads. But, they are not well written. They're fun books, but they're not good books. Let's put it that way. And there is, like, over 100 of them, so completely fair to feel overwhelmed and not know where to start. If you're gonna read anything, I say read the first series. Like, you know, I wouldn't say the first series is the best or better than any of them, but the first series really gets the basic idea of the series across and kind of introduces you to all the rules. And that's really all you need. Yeah, exactly. And like when I say they're bad books, I don't mean it in a negative way. I know that kind of sounds counterintuitive, but I mean they're bad in the way that Star Stable is a bad game, or Skyrim is a bad game. They're bad, but they're bad in a way that is fun, and not necessarily just like unpleasant. There are certain things in Warrior Cats that I take genuine issue with. We don't talk about the tribes. Like I said, I started with Power of Three, so when we got to the Tribe Cats, I was like, oh, we're really doing this now, huh? It was a little bit jarring. But, by and large, it feels, you know, oh, I don't want to talk to you, goat. No, I don't want to talk to you, goat. Yeah, like, good, bad. I am a big enjoyer of good, bad content. One of my favorite pastimes is watching, like, bootleg children's movies. Like, the knockoff Disney movies and stuff. I find them genuinely fun. They're not good, but they're fun. And I think there's something to be said for that. Like, not everything can be a piece of high art. Warrior Cats is just, like, kitty Game of Thrones, but, like low-quality kitty Game of Thrones. It's there for the drama and for the spectacle. It's not there to be something with a huge, you know, artistic impact or, like, something serious to say about the world or anything. It's just there for you to read and go, haha, look at those cats. And I think there's a place for that, you know? Not everything has to be that deep. See, I feel like cringe is just not a thing. I feel like we need to delete cringe from our vocabulary. Like, I feel like anyone who genuinely cares about whether something is cringe or not, they are the cringe ones. Like, people enjoying things is not something that you should make fun of, you know? Everybody has their thing that they like. Everybody has something that they're super interested in. And it's weird to say some of that is, like, weird or cringy, and some of that is normal and fine. Like, for me, I think people super into sports, I don't understand it. I think it's weird. I don't get it. Like, I've tried so many times to get into so many different sports, and I think they are all boring and pointless. But, like, I don't go up to my friends who enjoy watching sports games and say, oh, you're so cringe for liking football. Like, just because I don't get it doesn't mean that it's not meaningful to someone else. You know? You cannot like a thing without deciding that it is bad fundamentally. Good night! Thanks for coming. Also, yeah, it's been 2.5 hours. I think, in general, I think it's good night time. I said I was gonna end the stream like 20 minutes ago, and then I got distracted talking about Warrior Cats, which, you know, isn't that the vibe? But it was lovely hanging out with you all. Thank you for coming. Obviously I'm not actually gonna become a gaming channel. In case anyone was actually worried. I don't think anybody was fooled by my very good April Fool's joke. But, it was lovely to see all of you. I hope I will be around more as grad school kind of winds down. But we shall see. And have a wonderful rest of your night.